What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Married to Reality. It's the Match Me Abroad edition. I'm your co-host, John, here with my wife and co-host. It's the one and only Teresa right there.
Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing? Oh my gosh, I messed up.
You blew it.
Oh.
Did you notice that I paused? I did a pregnant pause right before Match Me Abroad edition. I was trying to clue you in like we're doing something.
You did a pregnant post?
A pregnant pause. Tell me you've heard of this before.
No.
Oh, like an over-exaggerated pause. I did.
Why is it pregnant?
I don't know. Teresa, words. People make them up and then we all just go with it.
All right. Well,
I tried to clue you in. I was trying to help you out because I knew you were gonna blow it. And then I knew you were gonna say, well, we do 94 podcasts. How am I supposed to keep it straight? And I'm like, I don't know, the same way I do with the title of the show at the top of my notes.
You take a pregnant pause. Ahoj, ahoj, jak se všichni máte?
There she is.
Yes,
there she is.
Tady jsem.
Today was a check-filled episode.
Yeah, that was great.
Even more so, I thought you'd be dialed in.
My head is elsewhere.
Here's the issue with this show now. We're watching this at the same time.
Don't give spoilers to peeps.
No spoilers.
Oh.
What spoilers do we have?
I thought you were going to talk about Jack Ryan.
I was. But I was going to say, we're watching this the same time we're watching season 3 of Jack Ryan.
Yeah.
And they're both in Prague. So I'm like,
spoilers.
What's the spoiler?
That Jack Ryan is in Prague.
Teresa, we're so far behind. They're on season 4 of Jack Ryan. You understand,
True.
right? We're the ones behind.
Yes.
So you guys don't call in with spoilers on Jack Ryan. But yeah, I'm sitting there watching Harold at the train station and I'm like, where's Jack? Where's Mike? And then I'm like, oh, it's 2 different shows.
Different shows.
Same setting, though.
Yeah.
Same setting. Both good shows.
Great shows.
So I think I have some answers about this show.
Okay, share.
I have one answer. I have one question.
I just took a pregnant pause.
All right. She learns something new and then she runs with it. So
I've never heard of that.
Okay. So we wonder how many more episodes?
Yes.
How many more episodes? Well, as I do, I go to TLC's schedule and I click the little calendar and I see what I can find. 2 more episodes.
And that's it?
It looks like 2 more episodes. Here's where I scratch my head and I go, well, now I have a question. Because it says next Sunday, an episode. The following Sunday, an episode.
Okay.
2 more episodes. The Sunday after that, Sunday the 13th, for those who are following along with their day planners, it says The Last Resort.
Okay.
But
that makes sense.
Every publication says The Last Resort starts Monday the 14th. So then I go and I click ahead one day. Monday the 14th. Last Resort.
Ugh, I think someone messed up. Someone's going to get fired from DLC.
Questions. Answers and questions.
Yeah, I wish we could just submit our questions and they would just come back and be like, great catch. Let us fix it.
Yeah, forget Chat GPT. We need Chat TLC.
Exactly.
And we need answers for these shows. I don't know, maybe they're doing like a sneak peek or a day early to get people excited about The Last Resort. But either way, I'm saying 2 more episodes of Match Me Abroad, and that's probably it. Which seems about right.
13? I wish it was like
Ooh, unlucky
18.
13. Unlucky 13.
What are you talking about? 13 is a great number.
All right, Taylor Swift.
Why?
That's her lucky number, I think.
Oh, I don't listen to Taylor Swift. I know 0 songs from Taylor Swift.
That's such a lie.
I know I like the one that's like kind of like different.
I didn't ask if you liked
5 years ago.
I didn't ask if you liked or disliked.
Oh.
I said Taylor Swift.
Well, if you play it to me, but I don't know the names.
Fair enough.
See, I don't even know the name of the one Taylor Swift song I have in my playlist from like 2017.
Okay. Teardrops on My Guitar.
No, I don't know. It's like what you made me do.
Yeah.
What you made me do.
Uh-huh.
I don't even like it anymore. I did when it dropped, but I don't understand this whole Taylor Swift mania, to be honest. I really don't.
I'm kind of with you. I think she's got some good songs. I think, here's what it is. I think she's a fantastic songwriter because she writes a lot of her own music. But yeah, she doesn't have a great voice. she's kind of all over the place genre-wise, so that's confusing to me.
I mean, I'm not judging anyone's voice because have you heard me? But I don't like her style of music. That's what it is. I don't like all these like sob songs. She's not John Mayer. I love John Mayer.
Well, she does not love him. She's written quite a tune about our friend John.
I know, exactly. Another reason why to dislike Taylor Swift.
Here, I like her. Here's what I'll say about her music, though. If you want to hear the best renditions of her music, it's not performed by her. Ryan Adams did an entire cover album of her record, 1989, top to bottom, front to back, song for song. But he broke it down in like an acoustic, stripped down way. It's fantastic. So check out that if you want Ryan Adams, 1989.
Interesting. Why are we talking about Taylor Swift?
That's a fantastic question.
No idea.
We were saying TLC, Last Resort.
Something.
Czech Republic, Jack Ryan.
Taylor Swift, apparently. John
Swift.
Mayer.
Yeah, Taylor Swift. I don't know. We'll have to go back. Something about Swift Mania you brought up.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll need to listen.
We'll have to go back and listen. Anyways, we're not here to talk about T Swift. That's a podcast I do on my own called Swiftomania with John.
Okay.
We're here to talk about Match Me Abroad. Before we do, very quickly with the business, Supercast, Patreon, you know it. Maybe you love it. If you love it, you're not hearing this because we cut out the housekeeping on our premium posts.
Yes.
On all the premium content. There's no housekeeping. It's ad free. And right now on Patreon and Supercast, we're covering 90 Day the Other Way.
And it's a wild show.
Yeah, and don't feel like we're just hyping it up to get you guys over there. It's nuts. It's a nuts program.
It's out of control. And John and I are out of control. My English is a little better if you want to hear that.
on the premium?
I'm just trying to get people
to
check it out.
I think people like when you butcher it. But we are unfiltered over there. And if you're on the family affair level, we covered the first episode of 90 Day UK and Teresa was sipping on a martini.
All right.
If you want to see Teresa on a martini extra filthy, get on that family affair. Right now, we're doing 7-day free trials.
Yes.
It's not going to last much longer. We're probably going to put the kibosh on that in a week.
Cut you out, guys.
We're going to cut you out in a week or so. You guys got to pay to play at that point. But we want to give you a free trial so you can see what you get into. A little try before you buy. So check it out. Patreon.com/marriedtoreality. marriedtoreality.supercast.com. Also, find us on Instagram at Married to Reality Pod. You can message us. We post memes once in a while. You can check out scheduling. All that on Instagram and Threads at Married to Reality Pod.
Yes.
I don't know if we're doing pregnant pauses this whole show.
First of all, I still don't fully understand the term pregnant pause.
Okay.
Why is it pregnant?
I don't know.
Is it because it's like anticipating?
No, I don't know, actually. I would say because it's a large pause, maybe. But I don't want to get myself into trouble over here.
Yeah, no. Guys, ignore John.
Ignore me, please.
I think it's because it's the anticipation. Because
That
when
must
you're
be it.
pregnant, you're anticipating a baby, right?
That must be
So when you do pregnant pause, you're anticipating something great.
All right. So follow us on Instagram. Also, make sure you're following the podcast wherever you're listening right now. It's so easy to do. Just look down and smash that follow button.
Guys, smash it like it's hot. It's the date that Noureddine took Stanika to.
Right?
Because that was stunning. That's
Oh,
pretty good, right?
look at you.
That's pretty good.
Look at
That
you.
was beautiful. I want you to take me on a date like that.
Okay.
I want to sit on the floor on these fun pillows, have a dancer hitting the dance floor, eating all the delicious looking meal.
Pregnant pause. The word itself stems from the 15th century, being defined as full of meaning. So as a pregnant body is full of meaning with a little human, a pregnant pause is full of meaning with silence.
Basically what I said, just using a different word.
Something like that.
Anticipation,
Yeah.
full of meaning.
I love it.
Potato.
Who's the English speaker around here?
Well, apparently it's me, right? It's me.
I think so. Okay, and last but not least, if you haven't left a review, please do. We love the love. If you leave a 5-star review and you write something, we'll read it on the Monday podcast. Right now, it's the B90 podcast. All right, we're getting a lot of love over there, so keep it coming. It is the wind in our sails.
Share
reviews.
the love, guys.
Share the love.
Spread the love.
If you guys have a podcast, call in. We'll leave you a 5-star review. Okay?
Yes, absolutely. We're here to share the love.
Share the love, spread the love. Where's the love? Black Eyed Peas. All right. That's the business. Let's do it. The reason we're here, Match Me Abroad. Season 1, episode 11.
You're doing a lot of pregnant pauses, so I feel like I need to help you.
All right, here we go. Let's deliver this podcast.
That's gonna be. Those are some nice baby puns.
Okay.
All right, let's deliver.
Don't get any ideas, listeners.
Yeah, let's deliver.
Okay, here we go. Let's start with Harold in the old Czech Republic.
Yes, the beautiful, one and only, majestic Czech Republic. I always get very homesick. And Harold, I'll just be honest, Harold pissed me off. Because he's like taking a break, thinking, sure. Then he goes back to the store, to the jewelry store, and he's like, okay, I decided I'm going to get a ring, but he's going to get a sapphire?
Oh, yeah.
Why?
Well, for a couple of reasons, I think.
You think it's cheaper?
Well, allow me to pregnant pause once in a while.
Gee, okay, you go ahead and be pregnant.
Okay, so I feel pregnant. But one, as Harold said, the sapphire matches Misha's eyes.
Okay.
Okay, so that's nice.
I guess that's true because the Votavine matches my eyes.
Oh,
I have green eyes.
Sure do. And secondly, yes, I would hope it's more affordable. And I think we touched on it last episode, but it's worth mentioning again. The act of giving a gift is not wrong on a second or third date, I don't think. But it's all in context of what that gift is. An $800 gift is wrong. Unless you're in like a millionaire circle, and I'm sure people, instead of a bouquet of flowers, give jewelry on the first date. I don't know. I'm not in that circle. But if on your third date you want to...
Unfortunately.
Yeah, you're telling me. If on your Patreon.com, if on your third date you want to kick over a $20 gift, I don't see any harm or foul in that.
Yeah, you're right. But the big gesture gift, I'm nervous that he's going to freak her out. But let's see.
Well, that's what it is. A large gift shows seriousness and shows, oh, you're moving this quickly. Like, of course, you can give a $1,000 engagement ring whenever you feel the time is right. I would say wait a year, maybe. But who am I to say? If you feel comfortable after 6 months, do it after 6 months. But that ring, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 ring after 6, 9, 12 months is so accepted, easily accepted. A lot of times appreciated, and the feeling would be, well, why not sooner? But a $1,000 ring on your third date, the same ring, same monetary value, opposite reaction. Because timing is everything.
Absolutely. Especially because he's leaving, right? If they will talk, they'll talk long distance. They will probably need to meet again if they want to make it work.
Yeah.
I think if he wants to give her the ring, he should wait for the next time they meet and see how the conversation works in between. Like, giving her a ring doesn't mean that she's gonna be in it forever.
It doesn't, but let's play a little devil's advocate here. In the defense of a large gesture, maybe you do that before you take off because you go, I want to make it known. I want to make my intentions known. I'm not going to be around these parts for a while. So I want to leave a lasting impression. If I just give her a card and a hand-drawn flower, well, she could forget about that by next week. But if I give her a nice ring, something to really look at and remember me by, I don't have to visit every weekend because I can't, but she'll remember me nonetheless.
It's gonna freak her out.
I agree.
She might surprise me and be like, oh my gosh, I love it. Yes, let's be boyfriend, girlfriend, and let's get married. But I don't see it because I feel like it would freak anyone out.
I agree. So, new day, new girlfriend, new underwear. It's a motto I live by. I actually live by the whole new day, new underwear motto. But if you got a new girlfriend, even more reason to put on some new underwear.
Yeah, new day, new undies, guys. That's a must. Maybe sometimes two undies a day if it's hot outside.
Depends. Yeah. You doing a lot of walking? What's the humidity like?
Well, exactly. Maybe 3 undies a day. Always prepared.
Always
just
pack
lose
more.
the undies.
Always pack more than you need. So, okay. This is the day Harold's going to go to Misha's town. And you think, that's sweet. That sounds good. What a little adventure. But then a producer asks, when's the last time you talked to Misha, Harold? How long has it been?
Well, it's been 3 days, guys. Again, 3 days. And the conversation went like this. Why are you calling me so early, Harold? I want to sleep.
That was the last conversation they had 3 days ago. And here he is purchasing his train ticket.
Well, not even that. Purchasing a ring and a
true.
train ticket, right?
Very
so he's
true.
going to head to Hradec Králové, which is the northern part of the Czech Republic.
What a beautiful town.
Hradec Králové?
Yeah, not to...
I mean, have you been to a Czech town that's not beautiful?
No, not that I can think of.
I mean, Brno is not the most beautiful, but it has its moments.
Where do we go for dinner?
Hodonín? Yeah, Hodonín is not nice.
Not
Taste
Hodonín.
of India?
No, not Taste of India. That's fantastic. If you're ever in Hodonín, check it out. The place we go, I want to call it the New Yorker. Like it's the steakhouse that we always go to.
Oh, that's in Břeclav.
That's not the most beautiful area.
Břeclav?
Yeah. What's the place called? So I know we're talking about the same.
It's the steakhouse.
It's got like an American name.
No, it doesn't.
It's like Main Street Steakhouse or something.
No.
Park Avenue.
Yeah.
Park Avenue, New York. I
Well,
wasn't
no,
way
it's
off.
called Park, but you know why?
Why?
Because it's next to a park.
Oh, okay. To me, that's not the most beautiful Czech town, downtown city.
That's the town I grew up in.
I know. I could take you to where I grew up. It's not the most beautiful either.
I mean, I'm
Shout out
with
to
you.
New Haven.
I'm with you. Břeclav is not the most beautiful, but it's surrounded by all these little historic towns. So,
Yeah.
all right, I'll give you that. Břeclav is not the most beautiful.
Okay. So Harold hops on the train. He reaches his destination and he goes to give Misha a call.
Let's just give a shout out to beautiful European trains, not just the Czech ones, but traveling on a train in Europe is fabulous.
Yeah, if you guys haven't been and you're thinking, oh, I want to go here, but while I'm in Europe, I also want to go there, take the train. It's affordable, it's luxurious, it's relaxing.
Yeah, it has Wi-Fi, it's comfy. Every bigger train, they have a drink. They have a drink and food cart.
Oh, yeah.
It's fab.
Okay, so Harold reaches his destination, calls Misha, and ring, ring, ring. Engagement ring, sapphire ring, all the rings. And you think no one's going to answer.
Well, she finally answers. She's like, Harold, how are you? Where are you?
Didn't it sound like she just woke up?
Yes, but also it sounded like she was surprised that he was in Hradec Králové.
Yeah. Yeah, she sounded like she just woke up out of a stupor, maybe had another long shift. I don't know. Was not expecting his call, I don't think.
Well, she says she works at the spa as a receptionist. And I can understand how you cannot be on your phone, right?
Okay. Try to defend your fellow countrymen.
Well, maybe she could text, but you cannot talk on the phone.
Okay, but you're not working 3 days straight.
No, you're not.
So there's always time. You go to the bathroom. What do we do when we go to the bathroom? We get on the phone.
Yeah, not at work.
Not at work, but what do you do when you go home before you jump into bed? You check your phone, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm not defending her, but I'm saying she basically said, yeah, Harold kept texting me and calling me, but I couldn't pick up because I'm at work.
Okay.
Which makes sense. She could have probably texted back.
I'm just saying you don't work 72 hours straight.
No, you don't. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe she felt overwhelmed. If he kept texting her and calling her nonstop, I can see how she's like, all right, I need a little break from this.
Okay. But she answered this time and she learned he's at the train station. So she says, all right, I'll come and get you. Music to Harold's ears. He does his happy dance and Misha arrives.
Yes. So he gives her this big hug and a kiss and she's receptive of it, which is good.
Yeah.
She doesn't pull back.
I love the way Misha talks. It does remind me of maybe your aunt or it's very familiar to me when she's like, you want to go somewhere? Okay, that's no problem. We'll go. If you want to go, just very unbothered, but okay, we'll do this. I'm very unbothered. It's not a big to do. It's very Just calm.
I'm trying to figure out, like, obviously, I hear my accent when I listen to this podcast, right? Just to kind of check how I sound. And I'm very self-conscious about my accent because I always feel like I sound horrible. You guys, thanks for all the love. Luckily, you don't think that. But in compared to Misha, is my accent milder or stronger?
I don't remember hers. I'd have to hear. But just so you guys know what I have to deal with, every time someone comes on our TV screen with an accent, doesn't matter what type of accent it is, South American, European, Asian, every time there's someone with an accent, Teresa goes, is my accent stronger than that accent or less? And I always have to go, oh, less. You have less of an accent.
Well, here's how I balance it out, right? Very self-conscious about my accent because I always feel like it sounds horrible. But then when I speak, I barely ever get what from people. Right? Okay. So I'm hoping that that's almost like what's the word? Not declaration. It's
proof. It's
proof
evidence.
That what I say makes sense, right? Yeah. And I also try to slow down because I can also talk fast if I wanted to. But yeah, I always ask when I hear people with accents, especially Czech people.
Yeah.
I love comparing myself.
I would say embrace the accent. I think a lot of people enjoy the accent, and we've heard from friends who listen to the podcast that you've empowered them to embrace their accent. If there's anything you would want to work on, I would say it's just grammar. And not that yours is bad by any means. It's almost perfect. But I wouldn't focus on losing the accent. I would just focus on speaking perfect English.
It's not losing the accent. It's enunciation.
Sure.
And I'm really trying. Like, I don't roll my R's as hard as I used to, right? Mm-hmm. But I'll tell you this, guys. It takes a lot out of me because my mouth, for some reason, 13 years in this country, and my mouth is still like, what are you doing? Well, what are you trying to do? Right? Mm-hmm. It really stops me almost. I have to fight it. It's like when you drive and you have that support that your car tries to keep you within the lane and you're trying to go off.
Lane assist?
Yeah.
You have tongue assist?
Yes. And the car keeps moving you back. Well, that's my mouth.
All right.
That was a little accent segment. That's how I like to call it.
Moving on. Let's get to this restaurant.
Back to Hradec Králové.
Let's get to this. And none of our listeners, well, very few. We do have some Czech and Eastern European listeners. I was going to say no one could roll that off the tongue like you just did.
Say Hradec Králové.
Hradec Králové.
Exactly.
All right. Let's get to this restaurant. Harold's got questions. So many questions he wants to ask. So many questions. He might have to pull out a list. Because when he stares into Misha's eyes, nothing else matters. He can't even focus.
Oh yeah, Harold is getting lost in Misha's eyes, but that's not stopping him from the questions. And I think this has something to do with him being autistic, that he just needs to get all the answers. Like, otherwise it's just gonna keep bothering him. And
yeah.
I think I sometimes feel the same, but I always stop myself from asking questions at the wrong time. And obviously,
sometimes you do, sometimes you don't.
Yes, I was just
sometimes I've had to kick Teresa under the table.
I've asked questions at the wrong time, and it always kind of backfires, or John kicks me under the table or something.
And then literally Teresa goes, "What? Why are you kicking me?" I'm like, "Are you kidding me? I thought that was the international symbol for you're saying too much. Stop, calm down."
Oh, in my head, I'm like, why are you kicking me? Like, you're gonna mess up my pants.
I know, read the room, read under the table.
Well, it doesn't, we're kind of joking because I don't remember the last time John had to do it. But it might have something to do with the fact we don't have friends. So when we go out, it's just the two of us. So when he does kick me, I'm like, why are you kicking me?
Yeah. Well, you've learned. I think you've learned.
But back to this, I think it's a good thing for all of us to pause before you ask all the questions and make sure it's the right time, because I've learned to pause and think twice, or sometimes more times, before I vomit all my questions, because it can backfire. And I'm nervous that Harold's questions are going to backfire.
Well, so he does kind of tiptoe into it, because he says, well, I have some questions. How do you feel about us moving quickly? Because my time here is almost up, and I have an important question. And that's where the episode ends. And I'm saying, is it next Sunday yet? Because I need to know.
Well, I don't know if you watched the previews like I did.
I don't know if I did.
well, he's going to ask her to be his girlfriend.
Oh, yes.
So at least I hope that he's not proposing. And maybe this is a promise ring, which would be a very expensive one.
No, we don't know how much you can get a sapphire ring for probably $100.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, not at like a nice jewelry store. They usually price things pretty high.
All right. Well, I don't think he spent $800.
No, but I don't think at a place like this you can buy stuff like $100. Maybe.
Yes,
I mean,
you can.
Maybe.
For sure you can.
Maybe, but it's probably like silver setting. It's nothing
Oh,
fancy.
yeah, no.
Yeah.
Good. I hope it's not gold or platinum.
Very, very true. But let's see what that's gonna be like, because even asking to be his girlfriend basically on the second date is too much. If you asked me, I would be like,
I disagree. First of all, I think this is third date. And,
okay.
And it's all, you have to take things into context, and he's going to be going back to America. And so he wants to know, we're not going to be seeing each other every day. What is our relationship? Let's define it a little bit. You can't say, let's keep dating. Let's be honest. You can't date from two continents.
Also, Czechs don't really date. So
Czechs don't date.
Maybe it makes sense.
So let's see. I think she'll say yes. Let's predict. I think she'll say yes. I don't think she'll mean it. I think that's the easy way out. And then once they're in separate countries, she can end it. But
actually, let me kind of correct myself. Czechs do date, but we don't really have a word for it. You kind of like hang out unless it either sucks and it's the end, or you get serious.
All right.
But it's not like dating as in the US. Like dating is a thing in America.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not like this in Czech. As far as I remember, it's been a while.
All right. Let's move on. Let's go to
Morocco.
Let's go to another couple who's having some success. All right?
Yeah, I'm so happy for Stanika. She deserves the world.
I mean, beginner's luck, I guess, because this is her first relationship, right?
Yeah. And Noureddine seemed to be serious about everything. So, good.
Yeah.
Good.
So, Stanika is dressed to the nines. She is with Noureddine. It's the final date in Morocco because she's got to go back to Mississippi soon.
Oh, it's unfortunate.
Did you see Stanika's earrings? Speaking about dress.
Yes.
What did it say?
Love.
That is sending signals, if I've ever seen it. Literally a billboard, literally telegraphing love.
I liked her outfit. I did not like the earrings.
Oh, I don't like the earrings.
Too much.
I think it's saying too much.
You think? Yeah.
I think any day of the week, any date of the week, it's too much. But I think it's a grand gesture. That's Darcy level. I love love. Like that's Darcy level putting it out there.
I mean, I didn't think about it. I just thought, oh, poor choice of jewelry. But you might be right. Maybe she is trying to send a little message but she's not the only one who's trying to send the message. This whole day that Noureddine planned is a big gesture, and he has some questions to ask, and he has some things to show her, some gifts to give.
I have some questions too. Like, who's ordering wine and orange juice?
Well,
that's some serial killer shit right there.
I'm not sure if people in Morocco drink. I don't think it's forbidden, but I don't know if Noureddine drinks.
People in Morocco do drink.
Yes. Okay.
I was watching one sitting there. Her name was Stanika. She was drinking.
Okay, well, she is not from Morocco, so of course she can drink, right? But maybe she asked for an OJ before, or she told him she loves OJ. I don't think he's going to drink the wine, so maybe they drink the OJ together.
Okay, yeah. He didn't have any wine in his glass. She had wine and orange juice. I guess as long as no milk. Just keep the milk away from her, and she'll take whatever other liquids you got.
Yeah, well, this was beautiful. Like, they were sitting on these little pillows in this stand. I loved it. Loved it.
Yeah, it was very cute. It was private. Yeah.
Yeah, and Noureddine says, well, this is a big night because I want to make sure her feelings are real. Like, I've already did the whole introduction to the family, which is a huge step, but she's leaving, so I need to ask some questions. But first, here is a gift. It's a dancer.
Yeah.
That was nice.
Give me a sapphire ring.
No, I liked it.
You
and
want
I
the belly dance? It was cultural. I like that experience.
And I like that the dancer puts Stanika to dance, Noureddine. They were all dancing together.
It was fun. It was definitely fun. It set the mood. It was a celebration.
Yes. But I know, but he said, I have some surprises for you. Here comes the first one. So there will be more. And I'm curious to see if it's going to be a ring.
Okay. Yeah, because he did say, I'm 41, I'm getting older, it's time to take the next step, a serious step. Like, he's ripping a page out of Harold's script, basically, where he's like, I need a grand gesture, I need to do something big.
Well, Stanika is speechless. She loves the whole thing. The food looks amazing. As you said, no milk, right? And Noureddine says, well, I need to bring up some serious things. The next serious step. Dun, dun, dun. That's where it ends.
Well, Stanika tells the camera, what is he talking about? Then the next step for me would be him coming to visit.
Yes. I wonder if he does propose. What is she going to say?
No, that's too soon. I could see him asking, will you be my girlfriend? I could see him definitely taking a step towards commitment, but I think that's too soon. Although she has met the family.
Yeah, I think their cultural thing is when it gets to the point you're meeting the family, it means like, this is serious. If the family approves, woo!
Yeah, maybe.
We'll see.
Time will tell.
She came here to find a husband, not a booty call.
But I understand, but her words were, the next step for me is him coming to visit.
Because she probably didn't even expect to get a one guy out of this. She probably thought, let me date a little bit.
I know, but he needs to understand.
High hopes, but...
He needs to understand this is the first relationship she's ever been in. He hasn't met her family. Maybe she wants him to meet her family. And I think it would be moving too quickly. I don't see a proposal in the cards.
Let's see.
All right. Before we move on, I think we should take a quick break. When we come back, we will head back to the Czech Republic. All right?
Yes.
We'll be back.
I know.
We'll be back in a second.
Hey guys, Teresa's here. Time for an Obvi update. Brought to you by today's sponsor, Obvi. It's been about 2 months since I started taking Obvi's Super Collagen Protein and their apple cider vinegar gummies. And it's literally become the best part of my health and wellness journey. I look forward to it every morning. 2 scoops of the Peanut Butter Cup Super Collagen Protein Powder and 2 apple cider vinegar gummies. Not only does it taste great, I feel great too! And don't worry, if you don't love peanut butter, what's wrong with you? Obvious Super Collagen Protein comes in other delicious flavors too, like fruity cereal and caramel macchiato. All with 10 grams of collagen, 9 grams of protein, 0 sugar, 0 carbs, and only 40 calories. I've also started to include Obvious Burn capsules into my regimen as well. It's the first collagen-infused fat burner, formulated to curb your hunger and boost your energy, all while improving your hair, skin, and nails. What more could I ask for, guys? Now, here's the best part. Our listeners can get 25% off today with code MARRIED at myobvi.com. That's myobvi.com and use promo code MARRIED to get 25% off today. That's 25% off your entire order. I'll also make John put a link in the show notes. So thank you, Obvi, for sponsoring this podcast. And let Obvi help you reach your goals this summer.
And we're back.
Ahoy, Jonathan.
I was hoping you would say that.
Yes, I thought of it. We're back in Czech with Michelle.
Michelle has got another date with Michael. This is a make or break date, okay? The first one had its ups, it had its downs, a little good, a little bad. And so this one is the one to see, will there be a third date?
And so she says, well, I wasn't sure, but Katarina set it up and she said, yeah, you should go for it. But that's not true because last time Katarina was questioning her, wanting to see Michal again. Because Katarina didn't think they were a good match. Yeah. And she felt like Michelle is just saying, yeah, I would go on a second date because she just didn't want to say how she really feels.
Okay, well, that's interesting that you say that because I have a theory. And that this kind of supports my theory that Katerina was trying to sabotage this relationship and trying to sabotage Michael as a potential for Michelle.
I don't think she's sabotaging, but I think she may have done what she did with Harold. Like, give her something she asked for immediately in a way, but it wasn't exactly the perfect match. And she knew it. She knew it from just meeting with Michelle afterwards on the previous episode when she was like, oh, are you sure you want to have a second date, right? To now, well, let's go to the second date first. I don't want to skip ahead.
Well, let's go to it because I think this was a terrible date for Michael. Katerina was not setting Michael up for success with this date. First of all, they meet at a coffee shop, which is the last thing a nervous Michael needs. He needs Czech rum or Slavitsa. He needs something to calm his nerves. He really came into his own and they started having fun on the first date once he started drinking. So having a sober date, starting at a coffee shop, that's setting him up for failure right there.
It's okay. Czech people love coffee shops, like sit-down coffee shops.
I agree, but he's already antsy. He's already nervous. He doesn't need caffeine. He needs something to settle his nerves so he can be his best self.
Yeah, but you also don't want to be drunk on every date. You need to be yourself.
Okay, but then they go see Katerina's husband, John, who's a meditation instructor.
Yes, and her husband is foreign. John is not a Czech name.
What would it be? Jan? What would it be? Is there a
Jan?
Czech? What is my name day?
You're Jonathan.
Jonathan. Okay,
John
it's my
is
Hebrew name
Jan.
too. Okay, so he didn't have
Even
a Czech.
Even the last name he's definitely not Czech. I think if there is a John, like John, living in the Czech Republic who is Czech, he's probably not gonna be older than 5 years because that's where all these like American names became a little more popular.
Yeah.
This guy is not Czech.
No.
100%.
He had an accent. It was not a Czech accent.
I think he's like British or Scottish or Irish or something.
Possibly. But okay, so Katerina wants to show off her husband and promote his business.
Oh, yeah.
But again, this is not a date for Michael. This is not where Michael's going to thrive. Okay? So that's where I go, Katerina is sabotaging this relationship.
No, I think Katerina is trying to show them that they're not compatible. Because they both chose to see each other again.
Yeah,
But
they
she
both
doesn't-
liked each other.
But she doesn't think they're good for each other.
Well, then he should have never set him up in the first place.
Well, the reason why she set up this date is because of Michelle's comments about how Michal is not very expressive with his feelings, how he kind of lives in his head. Well, now he was a little more expressive, and maybe a little too much, because let's get to this journey of the heart meditation, right?
Get out of your head and into your heart.
Well, before they start, Michal has a lot of questions. A lot of very interesting questions, to the point that John tells the cameras, in my opinion, Michal is very annoying. He's very needy and he asks a lot of questions.
This is your friend from high school who watched 3 YouTube videos and then is just rattling things off. Like, subconsciousness, manifestations, manifest destiny. Like, take it easy, Michael. Turn off the YouTube.
Well, he's a doctor, so he's definitely not a dumb person, right? So he maybe thinks a little too much.
Maybe a little
I don't know
much.
what type of a doctor he is, but okay, let's begin the sesh, right? First, they kind of hug. It's kind of like, well, Michelle, you should lean on him. And all right, nice hug. Michelle felt like a cat. And then John asks Michal that he needs to let himself go and be supported by Michelle. And he just turns into an egg, the egg position.
Oh, yeah.
And he just gets very emotional and he starts crying, right? I'm like, where is this coming from? Like, I guess this session is working, right?
But again, it turned into a therapy session. That's
what it is.
I know, but that's not a second date. It's a terrible second date. Going to therapy on your second date?
Well, it's an emotional therapy, right?
I hated it.
Well, anyways, this opened Michelle's eyes fully because after this egg position, crying sesh,
The egg cracked.
Exactly. Michal says that it felt like leaning, like hugging a mom. And so Michelle's like, well,
so much trauma.
Well, that's a total turnoff. Like, if he feels like I'm his mom, well, it's time to move on. And I think that was great because she would be questioning if he maybe was the one. Maybe she should give him another chance. But she's there for what, a week or two? No, let's see who else is there for her.
All right. So who else is there? It's a new day. Michelle visits Katerina at her office. And Michelle says, well, I thought the date was a brilliant idea. Michelle liked it. So, all right.
Well, it's because I truly think that she was kind of on an edge. Like, she probably liked Michal. He's a handsome dude. He's a doctor. And they did have fun towards the end of the first date, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she wasn't sure. And she didn't want to just like shut him down. But this second date really opened her eyes, be like, well, this guy is not for me. Moving on.
Yeah, Katerina goes, yeah, John was watching you, and he noticed as the day went on, the more annoyed you got.
Well, that's good because she has a new match for her. It's Pavol. And I was explaining it to John. When she said Pavol, I said he's from Slovakia because that's the American or the English version of the name is Paul, obviously. Pavol is how we say it in Slovakia. Pavel is how we say it in Czech. So I knew immediately he's Slovak, probably living in Czech. Very, very true. And apparently, Pavol is one of the most real clients she's ever had. Mature, great sense of humor, perfect for Michelle.
Perfect. So, it's date time. Michelle arrives. Pavol is standing there next to a cool old convertible limousine.
Yes, these cars are big in Czech. My dad is obsessed with them. He travels to go and look at them.
Love it. And it belongs on the street, not in the river where Harold had his first date.
True. You've seen some. Do you remember? We went to the mall with my dad where we ate that baguette.
Uh-huh.
There was
this most recent trip?
Yeah.
And there was a car like that?
There was an exhibition downstairs.
Outside or inside?
Inside.
And I saw the cars?
I think you did.
Yeah.
I can't believe. Or maybe my dad told me that it was there. He drove there to look at the cars.
I feel like I would have taken a picture if I'd seen this.
Yeah, I think it was there. My dad was like so obsessed with that. Okay.
All right. So Pavol is there. Michelle's there. Pavol has no idea where they're going, but he says, hop in. We'll find out when we get there.
Yeah. Okay. Pavol is 34, so more or less the same age. She is 34 too.
Mm-hmm.
And as he said, I'm from Slovakia, but I live in Prague. And I've tried all the apps and the bars, but no luck because I'm a good, nice guy, good heart. And Czech women love bad boys.
Tell us how you feel, Teresa.
Well, I don't think that's necessarily true. I think all of us in high school had like crushes on bad boys, but we don't necessarily have the bad boy type. I don't know. At least I never thought of it, and I might be just very different.
Okay. All right. I could see some of your friends getting mixed up with a couple bad boys.
Oh, they did, and they banged it out, and they have a kids with them, and moving on to the nice guys.
Moving on. All right. So they arrive at their destination, and the last thing we see on this date are masks. So it looks like it's going to get pretty interesting.
Yes, I'm so excited to see what's going to happen because there are masks, there is a whip.
Oh, hello.
I'm like, woo, all right.
Giving us some ideas for the next time we're in Czech.
Those masks were like those type of masks that people wore during the plague.
The plague?
The plague.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
The people who didn't, like the officers or whoever, were like walking around the poor neighborhoods where the plague was spread out. Those were the masks they wore to protect themselves.
Interesting.
Those like long nose looking kind of a British.
Oh, yeah.
This wasn't the full one, but it was kind of.
I thought they were like, maybe I saw it wrong. To me, they were like Great Gatsby masks.
No, they had the long nose.
Interesting.
Those are the plague masks, I think.
Okay, we'll find out next.
We'll find out next time.
Next episode.
I just got a quick look, so we'll see.
All right. One more? No, two more. Oh,
what?
Wow.
Oh my God, what?
Two more. Well, this next one's a quickie, okay?
Yes.
This is Mark.
Mark.
And Mark has decided to meet up with Huda because he wants to commit to her. Because remember last episode, she said, if you're going to date any other women, you're not going to see me anymore. Well, apparently, even if he does commit to her, he's not going to see her anymore.
Well, I don't think he made it very clear that that's what he's going to do. So at this point, Huda probably moved on. Or she's playing hard to get.
Yeah.
Which he doesn't have time for this.
Exactly. So he's just standing on the street corner. He's sweating. He's like, it's so hot. It's so hot. Just
for
waiting.
an hour.
Literally, the super comes up on screen and says an hour later, he's calling her. He's texting her. She's not responding. And so he leaves a message. Hey, thought we were meeting up today, but you were a no-show. So whenever you want to text me or call me back, do it. Hope you're okay. Take care.
Yeah. And then he tells the camera, I said, I'm a big guy, but doesn't mean that I don't have feelings. Like, this is hurtful and I feel stood up. I was going to ask her to be my girlfriend and instead I get nothing, literally.
Yeah. Well, hey, now you know the real her. So it's good. Before you made that commitment, now you see who she is.
Very true. But also, he's going to mess up Nina's ratings.
Very true. This reminded me of Jewish matchmaking. Remember when that girl was just waiting at the bar by the window and the guy wasn't showing up and finally, he showed up. He's like, you'll never believe it. I got into a fight with a criminal because he stole an old man's wallet and I had to chase him down to the police station.
Yeah.
It's like,
what a
who'd have never showed
story.
up?
Yeah, she never showed up.
No,
she probably is making some
rat bathrobes.
Yeah.
All right, now we have our last couple.
Our last couple.
Single. Well, no, it is a couple. It's Juan and Chad. They're the couple.
So I think Juan literally took Chad on so he can have a friend.
Totally. He was looking for a spot at the gym. He was looking for someone to get his hair cut with.
Yes.
He didn't do any of this with Susan.
No.
Susan was all business. Chad is Juan's friend now.
Yes. So they're working out at this outdoors gym and Chad is telling him he loved both, like Maria and Beba. And Juan got some feedback from Beba. He didn't tell Chad all of it because Beba said, well, we're too different. I'm a Latina. I'm like more like, woo, like fire.
Our lifestyles are different.
Yeah, but apparently she wants to go on a second date, which I think that Juan asked her to.
Yeah, so I took my notes down and I was like, okay, Beba said our lifestyles are different and Chad's not forward enough. And I'm like, so I think the date's over. But then the next line was like, well, Beba's going to go on a second date with Chad. So I was very confused.
Yeah, I think Juan asked her to give him one more shot. And I think she's like, sure, like free drinks. I'm going to be on TV for a little longer.
Yeah.
But yeah, she definitely was like, yeah, we're very, very different people. And I think for Chad is like, well, I mean, I'm dating these two beautiful women. Never happened to me before. I'm taking things slowly. But I will need one of them to move to Tennessee and share the life with me. That would be the one.
Yeah. And so Chad tells Juan this, and Juan's like, whoa. Didn't you tell me your issue in the past was you moving too fast? Don't you think you may be doing that again with all this moving to Tennessee talk? To me, that's a prerequisite. Before you even date any of these women, shouldn't you find out if they're willing to move to the States or not?
And he wouldn't be asking them to move tomorrow, right? But the idea potentially would be, hey, if things go well, I would want you to move to Tennessee.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Juan really messed up because none of these girls are right for Chad. Like, just think about Chad and his hobbies and his very close relationship with his mom. He's very religious. He doesn't go and hit the nightclubs, right? He set him up with very, very beautiful women, but young, beautiful women who just want to have fun.
Yeah.
I don't think they want to move to rural Tennessee and watch Chad to cut grass while sipping a tea with his mom.
No.
Wrong ladies for him. And this is on Juan.
It's on Juan. We haven't said it this episode, so we'll say it. Juan stinks.
Juan sucks. He needs to take a class.
Yeah, I actually like Juan, like watching him, like in him and Chad interact. I'm like, yeah, he seems like a fun guy. Seems like a nice guy. But he stinks as a matchmaker.
Yeah, I have nothing against him as a person. But yes, he sucks as a matchmaker.
Yeah. So next episode, I guess we're going to see Chad go on both his dates. They're scheduled for tomorrow, and he's going to ask the tough questions.
Oof.
Let's see. Here's the thing with this series, this season, and we kind of got to the answers at the top of the show of how many episodes are left, but there's not necessarily like an end in sight because the whole idea is just dating. So if Chad fails and strikes out with these two, well, Juan could have another woman for him and another one. Like, it could go on forever. I guess their vacations come to an end.
Yeah.
But there's nothing at stake. There's no end in sight.
Well, money. I'm sure he pays Chad. I mean, Chad pays Juan. And I don't think he can pay him forever.
True.
I think he paid him for, let's say, 2 weeks. I'll come, you set me up. We'll hang out, right? Maybe he got a little discount for being a friend. But that's it. Like, Juan's not going to be sending him women to Tennessee to see what else is out there. I don't think so.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Unless Chad wants to spend all that money. I doubt it. I think this was his time to shine, and I don't think Juan is letting him shine.
Yeah. Well, let's see you next episode.
Let's see. If anything, I hope one of them bangs him. So
bangs
money,
Chad.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Money worth spent.
Yeah. All right. That's the episode. Thank you guys for listening. We hope you are enjoying this season as much as we are. A little Noureddine and ahoy.
Yes.
To all you guys. So if you want more, we're on Patreon. We're on Supercast. Patreon.com/marriedtoreality. Marriedtoreality.supercast.com. We're covering the other way over there. And you guys know it's a wild season. So if you want to hear our thoughts on that, check us out on the premium feeds. Also follow us on Instagram at Married to Reality Pod. You can message us there. You can call in, share your thoughts. We want to hear. This is it's a team sport. We want to hear what you guys think.
Totally.
So at Married to Reality Pod on Instagram. Also, just make sure you're following the podcast wherever you're listening right now. It's so easy to do. Just look down, smash that follow button.
Guys, smash it like it's hot. It's hopefully the next episode. I don't always say that because that's my anticipation.
I like it. Optimism.
Yes, that too.
Optimism. All right. So smash it like it's that hot. And if you haven't left a review, please do. If you leave a 5-star review, we will be sure to read it on the podcast, the 90-day podcast, the Monday podcast. So please rate, review, subscribe, do it all.
Do it all.
Do it all. All right. We love you guys. I've said it all. Have you said it all?
Always.
You always said too much. That's really what you've done. All right. We'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.